Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your no repeat yoga flow workout. This is an all body weight active recovery yoga inspired workout where this workout can be whatever you need it to be. I'm gonna give you options to take it up, to take it down, to get more strength, to get more flexibility. At the end of this workout, you're gonna leave feeling better than when we started. Are you ready? Let's do it. We're actually gonna start seated on the mat. So go ahead and take a seat and just take a moment. We're just gonna take a second to get centered. You can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Try to, from the seated position, release any tension that you might be feeling. A lot of us tend to hold it up in our shoulders and our upper back, and just try to release that. You can focus on that deep core breathing, where we inhale to expand and then we exhale to bring everything in and gently up. Don't worry too much about the specifics of that. I just want you to relax in those shoulders and in your back and just allow yourself a minute to get centered, to be here with me today. We're gonna move in ways that feel good for your body and that are good for your body, but I really want you to think of this workout as finding what feels good for you today. Maybe you're holding a lot of tension and you want to just get the stretch. Maybe you just want to relax on the mat. Maybe you're feeling high energy and you want to work out some of that adrenaline or the stress or anxiety you may be feeling. Maybe you need a little more strength. Whatever it is you need, this workout is here for you and you can make it what you need today. From here, let's take a big exhale, and I just want you to lean to one side. So we're gonna start down here. Just take those side to side and work our way up, and then work our way back down. And again, it's no repeat. So we may have a few reps of things like this, but then once we're done with it, we're done with it. Or we may just go through a flow once. Either way, no timers, no intervals, just getting our body moving right through here. One more each side. And breathe. And let's just take a minute, roll those shoulders back with a nice flat back. I want you to walk those hands forward. If you need to move your feet out a little, you can if you want to keep them crossed. But just trying to keep the shoulders pulled back just enough that you feel that stretch in that low back. So I don't want you to round just yet. Feel the stretch through the hips, through piriformis, all the way through. And then from here, let yourself round and feel that stretch through here. You can press the shoulders down one at a time. Slowly work your way back up. Take your time. Let's take our knees out to one side. So we're here. Turn, look over your shoulder. Find what's comfortable for you. If you need to be sitting on the edge of the chair or a bench, maybe that feels a little better. If you're not twisting as much, bring it to here. If you can, look over that back shoulder. And then gently through the center to that other side. So starting with just this stretch, and then we're gonna take it to that 90-90, where we go one into the other. So back to center. So now we're just gonna roll those hips 90-90. So again, this feels like too much for you. You can do this sitting on the edge of a chair. You can also just have your hands to help you brace and just go one and then the other right through here. And if you're feeling good about it, using that core, opening up the hips, really good mobility and also strength for those hip flexors. I tend to shift a little on my mat, so just slide back. Right through here. You don't have to go the same speed as me. Find the pacing that is good for you. Right through here. let's hold it on this one side. And if you are able, we're just gonna bring those hips up, little stretch, and back to here. So you can brace yourself with your hands, staying a little bit in that 90-90. So you're coming up, wrap that core. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can just lean forward into that stretch, right? Right through here. Or lift up, feel that stretch. Here we go, bring it up. And we'll get one more. And from here, if you can, move that one foot out and just stretch it over right through here. And slowly back down. Take to that other side. So again, we're lifting to open up those hips. Use that core as well, here to here. If you need your hands, you can have one hand in the back, two hands on the back or in the front. And if you can use your core to be here, really bringing those hips forward so you're here. Bring it up. And here. Let's get one more. From here, stretch it over right through there. Yes. And slowly down right here. Let's bring those knees together now that we're nice and open with those hips, and just relax side to side. And very carefully, we're gonna bring our knees behind us, so take your time. And let's come back in that child's pose. So we're here, big stretch, child's pose side to side. I want you to press those shoulders down. Just gently elbow to elbow as the shoulders rotate. And then we're gonna come up on all fours. From here, hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath your hips. We're just gonna round up cat-cow at your own pace. I like to inhale as we're here. Exhale, lift, connect with that core. All the way through, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And really on this movement, trying to move through that lower lumbar spine. Now, most of us have a little more mobility in that upper back, and then we get tight through here. I know that's me. So really trying to focus on that movement through there. I know. I feel it too. Here. And then back to that neutral spine. Let's take it with that bird dog. So we're gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg, really lengthen, and then back to center. Now, this is a nice good stretch. We're strengthening through the back. If you wanna feel that core a little more, I want you to shift your hips forward a tad and see what happens. A little bit more balance, a little bit more core stability required. So taking it here to here, reach. And here. And reach. Finding that balance, keeping your shoulders and hips square. Really lengthen. Right through here. Reach. And one more. And let's take it here. We're gonna walk our feet back into that high plank and then walk onto our knees. And then switch your lead legs. High plank, core kicks in. If that's not right for you, you can just step one foot back and then the other. Keeping that neutral spine, keeping the core engaged. Back and back, in and in. So a little bit of core work, but if you need more of that stretch, you just stretch it back. Reach and reach. One more. Right through here. Let's take those arms out wide. So you can kind of sit back a little bit like that child's pose. But watch me here. I just want you to roll shoulder and shoulder. So really lengthen through the arms. You can be a little bit more forward with this, or you can sit back into the hips right through here. But what we're going for is this motion to get that stretch. Yes. And breathe. Take it here. Good. One more. And let's wrap those hands down by our sides. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders, and just hang out here. Find that good position. Just breathe into that, whatever feels good for you. And let's come down on the elbows. Take the arms back. If that's not right for you, you stay on those knees. Otherwise, we're here. Little baby cobra or modified cobra. Let's just look side to side. Feeling that stretch in the back. And if you can, we're gonna walk those hands out in front. Really get that stretch. Walk those hands back by your side and bring it up. You decide if you wanna go more into that cobra or up dog, you can. Otherwise, walk it out. Feel the stretch here. Walk your hands in. Again, if you just wanna go here, looking up. If you're modifying it, just take that walk out here, get that stretch. You need to stay on the knees and get that little lift in your back. One more from here. In and bring it up. Wherever you are, look side to side, relaxing those shoulders. And gently, if you're able, press it up to that down dog. So we're here. If that's not right for you, take it back onto all fours or back into the child's pose. You do you, find what feels good for you. But if you're able, we're here. Press those knees. And we're gonna drop it down. So you're either in that bear hover, if you want more core work, more upper body, and then up to down with a pedal. Or a hold if you'd rather hold. Or you can just take it down to all fours, relax, and then lift. So if you need more of the stretch, let your knees go down. If you want more of that core work, a little more action, stay in that little bear hover. Breathe and lift. One more right through here. Take it up. And take it down. And then up to that down dog and just walk your hands back. I want you to hang out in that forward fold. Whatever you need for you. If you want to have your hands on the top of your legs, if you can be down on the ground, soften in the knees. Right here. Come up halfway to that little stretch and then drop it down. A little pedal to the feet if you want. Lift up halfway. And then here, one more. That's where I really feel those hamstrings, right? Come up halfway. And then I want you to slowly take your time, rolling up your spine. Come up to the top. Find that good neutral position right through here. We're gonna do a big deep breath in. Palms down in front. Inhale, exhale. Deep breath out. In. Down by the side, just with your upper body. Bringing it up. Palms down in front. Up. And down by your side. Maybe two more like that. Really get the stretch out of it. Bringing it up. And here, one more. that centered position. Let's just step 1 foot back into that low lunge. So you're here, 1 foot forward. I'm actually gonna turn this way. You stay wherever you are. 1 foot forward. If you're able to drop that knee down, maybe you need to fold up the mat underneath it. Maybe you need a little towel, but I just want you to get that little hip flexor stretch. Also remember, anytime, there's a little bug flying around. Anytime we're opening up the hips and stretching through the hips and the hamstrings, we're also releasing in the lower back. So I want you to drop that hand down if you can, and other hand right in front. So it looks like this. If that's not right for you, you just find a stretch that's good for you. Again, we're getting that hip flexor, we're getting the hips open, but we're also releasing in the lower back. And then from here, can you press up on that back knee and then drop it down? If that's not right, you just hang out in the stretch. But if you want to press and down, do you want to add that upper body? That reach like we do that world's greatest stretch, and down. That reach. Maybe 2 more. Last one. Hold it here. Scoop those arms up. Reach to the ceiling. And again, leaning into that, but also tilt that hip forward. You're gonna feel the difference there. Can you bring that foot forward and get a little hamstring stretch? Again, if that's not right for you, you can take it standing. Sinking a little deeper back into that. And then bringing it forward again. Let's reach those arms up. And then we're gonna push up out of that low lunge and open up into that warrior. Yeah. So you're here, just looking over your shoulder. And we're gonna take it to that other side. Or we're just gonna bend over to that same side, right? Leaving it here. And you can just hang out in the stretch, or if you wanna get a little more activity in it, again, here to here, pushing out of it, and down, up to you. What do you need in this moment? Just the hold, or a little bit of work? Down, using that core to lift just as much as you're pushing through that leg. Let's go, one more. I want you to turn to that other side. So we're here, dropping down to that low lunge. Yes, again, do what you need to do. If you need some cushioning, a towel, fold up your mat, whatever you need. Opening up those hips, so a little tilt forward so we can open up the hip flexor, hamstrings, opening up the hips here. Little side to side. Find what feels good for you. Press out gently with that arm. You can bring it all the way down. Maybe this is better for you. What do you need in this moment? And then can we press up and through that back leg and drop it down. So getting the stretch with that front leg, getting the work, keeping that openness. Breathe. Here. You're gonna add that upper arm like we do with that world's greatest stretch, that rotation, and bring it in. Yes, you can. Boom. One more. Set it down. Big stretch, right? Lean into that again, tilt that hip forward. You're here. And can you take it back into that hamstring stretch? If that's too much on this knee, take it to a standing hamstring stretch. Relax in your upper back. Pull the toe towards you. And then let's take it here again. And very carefully, I want you to push up through that lunge and then open out into that warrior. Leaning into that. holding it here. Really lengthen from those fingertips all the way through your toes. Take it here. And you decide, you can keep that stretch or a little push out of it. And down and lean. And you can go whatever pace you want. If you want to take this, but take it half time, just get it nice and slow. Think about opening the chest. Right through here. And bring it up. Yes. And down. Take it up. One more right here. Yes. I want you to walk those toes forward and walk them in. Head and neck, relax to the side. Roll, relax in those shoulders, soft knees. Turn to the side if you're not already. We're just gonna walk ourselves out again, folding over, working our way back to the ground. So you can go out to that plank position or you can go out to the knees. And we're here in that high plank, a little forward and back or on your knees. And let's cross that knee into that pigeon stretch. We're just gonna hold it. I know we do a lot of moving pigeons, but I actually just want you to hold this. Find what feels good for you. Maybe that's here, maybe that's here, maybe that's that 90-90. That's always an option you can go back to. Or sitting on the edge of the chair, crossing it over. But I just want you to find what you need out of that pigeon stretch to open up the hips. And again, remembering that releasing in the hips, super important to a strong, stable, flexible back. You can kind of shift a little to the side. And you can either hang out in that stretch or come up on the hands. And we're gonna bring it back. Take it to here, same leg. We're gonna cross the knee in, across, and back. Stay in that high plank. Or across, and here. Two more. Yes, or hang out in the stretch. You do you. And let's take it back. Child's pose. Big stretch, shoulder to shoulder. And let's switch into that other pigeon. So other leg, however you need to get into it. If that's from the plank, if that's from all fours, cross it in. Take it down. And shift side to side. Again, finding what you need from the pigeon. Is that here? Is that here? Is that 90-90? Is that sitting on the edge of the chair, crossing the leg over? A few deep breaths into that. You can even just rest your head down if that's better. And again, you can hang out in that stretch or come up to that high plank. We're gonna take that knee across, one elbow to the other and back. Strong, stable core, strong upper body pushing up out of the floor. Knee. And get one more. Yes. Stretch it back. This time on all fours. I want you just to roll through, kind of like a rolling hip roll with that cat and cow. Looks a little funny, but instead of just isolating the spine, I want you to get the hips into it while also rolling through the back. And very carefully come down onto your back. We're almost there. Let's give your wrist a little break. Come down onto your back, open up those palms, relaxing into that. And let's just do a little bridge from here. So hands can be by your side. We're gonna do a little tilt of the pelvis, core engaged, and then slowly rolling up the spine. Eyes up, lifting in those hips. Feel the stretch through the hip flexors, feel the release in the back, feel that strong core. Adjust if you need to. If you need to walk your feet forward or back. And then slowly taking it down. So again, I want you to find what works for you. Do you need a little more of the glutes and hamstrings? Bring those feet a little closer. Get a little more of that strengthening in the back of the body. Do you need a little more of the release in the core work? Take your time. Finding a pace, lifting and lowering, going through the whole movement, not just down and up like a little hip thrust. I actually want you to go through the bridge, bring everything in, and bring it up. And you can even experiment of bringing your feet in a little closer. See if that helps you get a little more flexibility. Sometimes this gives you a little more stretch through your knees, right around the knees. Sometimes it helps you get a little higher, which again is release in the back. And one more right through here. We're there. And slowly down. I want you to bring one knee into your chest, little stretch. Just give it a little tug, either right on top of the leg or underneath, not on the joint. And then stretch, and then switch. In for 2. And you can keep just that, or we can make it a little more of a hamstring stretch. Also releasing in the back, flex the foot. Again, you're not grabbing on the knee joint, you're either right below or above. And then if you want to make it a little more of a scissors for a little core, that's an option too. Big stretch around to get that chest opener as well. You do you. Is this a stretch? Are we getting some core? Combination of both? Should be a stretch regardless, but if you want to add a little more core, you can. Yes, releasing that back as you go. Strong core. One more. And hug both knees in this time. You can start here, just gentle roll side to side. If it feels good for you, you can come to that happy baby pose, opening up the hips. This is really great if you're someone who knows that you might have a tight pelvic floor, a hypertonic. It's a lot of us. To release through here. And even bring it up if you want. And then bring those knees in, let them drop to one side. So you're opening up here, looking away. You can hold that stretch, or you can make it a little more of that open book, either just with your knees going from one side to the other, or taking the arms with it, right? All the way through. But if you just want to hold the stretch, you can do that too. If you're just holding the stretch, go ahead and switch to that other side. You can just hold it here. Reach. I know. Breathe into that. Sometimes when we're getting a stretch, you may notice that you're holding tension in other places. Really focus on those places. And let everything relax. And let's come to just a neutral position on the floor. Whatever that is for you, you can have your legs outstretched, you can have them up, you can have your palms up. Either way, I want you to start at the top of your body and just check in with each part and let everything sink into the mat, into the ground, as if your body were sand. Letting go of the tension, trying not to think about your to-do list. I know that's what we do. But really just be in tune with your body. You know, it's easy to criticize our own bodies or what we see and when we look in the mirror, but I want you to think of something right now that you're really thankful for with your body. The fact that you could show up and move today. The way it gets you from place to place. The people in your life. Your entire body is sinking into the ground. Totally relaxed. And you can can stay just on the ground, or you can roll to your side and come up to a seated position with me. Either is totally fine. Wherever you are, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Connect with that breath one more time. Thank your body for showing up for you today. I'm thanking you for showing up with me today. Let's get one big deep breath in, wherever you are. And out. You did it. That was your no repeat yoga flow workout. Great job, everybody.